Happy Tuesday. Alexa, volume 1, please. So I don't get copyrighted on there. Ooh, that's still hot. Like my last, not my last one, but my one that I did, what day was that? Sunday? So, right before Gangster Monday. So, if you missed it, if you're musically inclined, you might like that one because I have the tunes going in the background where you can kind of hear them a little bit. Anyway. And just like the title, they knew better from the jump, and I knew I had a chance of getting that flagged, right? But did it anyway. Okay, so now sometimes that has consequences that, like it or not, we have to live with. Okay. So that's part of the rest of the title. They knew from the jump, yet continued on, and so did you. So in that sense, like if you're in some kind of partnership or dating situation, and if you're not spending time with that person, then they decided that they're going to spend time with somebody else. So there was no assumptions made that could go in the direction of, say, um, holding space for that person is what I want to say. Okay. So, for what you're looking for here, yeah, let's go ahead. 3 of Wands. Yeah. I do have a music channel out there. You got to move your feet to avoid getting mad. That's one of my lines in my song. And this is the 3 of Wands. That's about traveling. Okay. So, you may have opened your eyes recently, and more importantly, your heart and some other things, to the notion that what you need in life may not be, right out your back door. Okay. Maybe you need to actually get up off the couch and go find it, right? Okay. And plus, anyways, if you had all sorts of people showing up at your door, you'd probably get pretty tired of that. I mean, at least I would. I'd be like, ugh, I think I'll just have some privacy. Thanks. Yeah, the 6 of Wands. I feel like you're feeling better about this situation, because you're really getting into what it means to value your experience, okay? And that wanting to be a shared experience. Oh, here comes the moon. We got a full moon this weekend, y'all. This could be stirring up something for you guys. This moon energy has been really strong recently. It is also the 20th. Happy birthday to my grandfather in heaven. Also to 20, 24. So there are some repeating numbers there if you believe in angel numbers, okay? Now, wow, 10 of Cups in the heart chakra. How about that? Thank you, Lord. So we have the moon and the 10 of Cups. The moon in this instance is very dreamy, Piscean type energy, okay? And we are entering Pisces season, are we not? So again, turning to things that celebrate you, okay? Maybe at a deep level, maybe, a level, that you can see here. It's like, wow, it's like there's more to me than just, like I'll use the Dolly Parton analogy, it's like there's more to her than just, hairspray and lipstick. You know what I mean? But if you're not willing to do the work and dig deep, are you ever going to know that about somebody? And again, this is where you feel your best when people do know these things about you. Okay. So I feel that you should have some hope in this situation. Okay. And don't lose sight of that dreamy kind of Piscean energy. Okay. The moon in astrology is also Cancer as well. You may want to check out your moon sign. Okay. Now, your 10 of Cups and how that looks. Right now it looks picture perfect, right? You may be uncertain of whether or not this is going to manifest, and that might be why you have the moon here, because it's still like a little bit hazy, okay? What else does this collective need to know? Knight of Wands in the throat chakra. So, yes, somebody definitely using their energy to flirt with you, maybe kind of see how you feel about approaching this 10 of cups together. And, is it possible that you could have a shared vision? Is it something that's going to make you feel at peace within yourself? Okay. Is it something that's going to make you feel celebrated? Or is it going to be something that makes you want to kind of like keep going and seeing what else is out there? Okay. Because maybe there's some more along the path that you're willing to experience. Now, I feel like this person's coming with good intentions, though, towards you to experience this. All right. So I feel like this is definitely some fire energy. And they could be coming to talk to you about it here in the Knight of Wands. Very passionate, as the Knight of Wands is, right? Like, it was just Valentine's, so, keeping in the spirit of Valentine's, right? Oh. What did I say about passion? Ace of Wands. Okay. Yeah, they got it bad, all right. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. You could have this in your chart somewhere. So those of you that are like, maybe your star sign or your rising sign is, either air or water, or even, you could be somebody who's like, you know what, but I like have a lot of passion for living. I have a lot of zest. Maybe you're like somebody who likes to physically express themselves, and in a relationship you do. And sometimes what happens out of that, you get some wee ones, right? So um you're willing to take it to that level, okay? And that could be too much for some other people. And the thing is, like, yeah, if it's too much, what they say on the shirt, go find less, right? Okay. Bye. I know plenty of other people that are willing to line up for some of this, you know what I mean? I would be too. So what does this collective need to know here in the crown? Anyway, a link to my music page is in the description. Oh my God, the Ace of Cups. Talk about big love, y'all. So this is more than just a kind of somebody wanting to like express themselves physically and hook up with you. This is like somebody actually kind of wanting to cherish that time together, understand its importance, often its rarity. Okay, because how often do you have this and this? Yeah, not wow. And who deserves it more than the Empress? Okay. This is Libra energy as well. So it was interesting that the air sign, I felt compelled to call that out as well. Okay. How about that, you guys? This is a good start, and we're already just like at 10 minutes here. Okay, I can drink that now. It's toned down a scotch. Let's go a second level. Heck with it. Because why not? We deserve it. And this is like, we knew better from the jump. So if you want to stick with this message right now, you might want to just tap out now and then not worry about the rest of the reading. But we're going to see, what possibly else you may need to know in this situation. Okay. I feel like this is very timeless, although it does have this big moon here. So this could be significant for this full moon coming up on Saturday. for you. Okay. And we're also entering into Pisces season as well. Okay, so again, check out your moon sign. Moon, rising, north node, Venus sign, like Jupiter. I would check all of that stuff out if you're interested in this as a broader topic. And I would definitely check out both your Western and Vedic astrology charts. Okay. So I'm not an astrologist. I'm not an astrologer, but I feel like this can connect the downloads that I get to you more specifically, and then you'll be able to understand better, like if this resonates with you or not. You may have like Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, it may be your destiny to understand, and you've maybe gone off and sought some truth. Okay. For some of you, this could be like you decided to, study a field, whether formally or informally, just to get more knowledge on the topic. I know that kind of sounds strange with the Wheel of Fortune, but that's how it's coming to me now. So, okay. This is what we need to know, okay? So like I said, the Queen of Wands, Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries as well. And talk about celebrating a beauty. I feel like you guys are willing to celebrate the beauty within, and that's part of why people are attracted to you, okay? Because that gets reflected on the outside, and it's like, oh wow, look at her, like, it's like kind of like I want to say a cool aesthetic, but yet she is the fire energy, okay? Um, Still very much in command, somewhat mystical, okay? Some might even say mysterious, okay? You have the black cat here as well. For some of you, you maybe have animals. Now here, the moon, we have the Eight of Pentacles. Okay. So, I feel like for a lot of you, especially that have maybe struggled to kind of find your niche, you have like kind of dug into something recently, and part of your dreaminess, your hope for the future involves this work, I feel like. And I'm not going to say that you're dependent on it, but it is something that has made life a little more majestic for you. Okay. Because, this is the thing with the coins is that Pentacles, abundance isn't necessarily just cash. Okay. Like time is something to want an abundance of, right? It's like, would you rather have another minute of time or another penny? So, and I'm not saying that to try and make weird comparisons or anything situationally. But I feel like this dream space that you've had has been something of stability too. And oh my God, you guys are gonna kill me because I'm bringing up the movie The Notebook, okay? And I don't know what you know about if you like the movie or not, but there's the scene, right? Where, like he makes her this room and she like goes painting and blah blah. Why she wasn't doing that before, I don't know. Anyway, but she had this little art studio to go and do her thing, and it was like that she had that time to do it, where before she felt like she didn't have time, but it was maybe something that was just like a dream, okay? But right now this stuff is very real, and that's why it's coming across here as the Pentacles, because they are the earth signs, okay? It's tangible. It's not just something you're dreaming about. It is something you're working on. Maybe you're writing a novel. Maybe nobody's ever going to read it, but maybe you are, like, as you're writing it, right? Like, why not? you know? Let's see here. What else do we need to know? Hey. All right. So the Seven of Wands, it's like putting up the defenses. And, you know, perhaps rightfully so, okay? Because you don't want anybody to kind of like infringe on your... Hey. Because you don't want anybody to infringe. Infringe on your, you know, like it's not just about, you know, financial well-being. It's also about emotional, mental, you know, spiritual, like things that are fulfilling you. And okay, you're okay. All right, okay, you're okay. Yes, thank you. Thanks for letting me know. I mean, it's their job. You know what I mean? You can't fault them for it's. You know, she's in her own house. So this is my house. Just like the Seven of Wands. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, now, for some of you, you may be mirroring this person's energy and flirt right back with them. Is that you? Because here's the Knight of Wands. On top of the Knight of Wands. So I feel like that means for a lot of you, this person's going to feel empowered to kind of come out of the shadows with their feelings towards you. Again, these are what some people might call romantic feelings, but also very, you know, like physical attraction type feelings. All right. It's not necessarily just, okay. So you have to use, this is a very strong reading. But I would be, that's part of why this Seven of Wands is here. Because again, it's like you just don't want everybody coming up to your door endlessly ringing the bell. Hope that makes sense. Thank you for the likes, by the way, for the folks that have been watching already. High Priestess. So, if they knew better from the jump, so you might have to say this to yourself. And it's like, well, if it's only about this, then am I really doing myself the best? You know what I mean? Like, do you even need to Google it? You know, like, you know, journal entry, you know, 365, right? Someone offered to show me a real good time, but not much else. Well, it depends on what you mean by a good time, right? Because collective, you're looking for more than that. feel like for some of you, this could be some kind of secret admirer. It's definitely someone who you're not really like communicating with. You may have run into this person before, but I'm not getting that necessarily. Okay. This could be a soulmate. 10 of Wands. Ooh. So, yeah. You're definitely going to be fine on your own, and I feel like you already kind of are. Now, this 10 of Wands here, I feel like I'm getting that this could be somebody coming back to like try and re-engage with you, but it's like, what are you getting out of this situation? Are you actually getting the love that you desire out of it? Or is it just kind of like for the picture? And are you so fiercely defending a picture versus the substance? Okay. And that's when the illusion of the moon will fade and you will focus in on what's actually been bringing you that abundance. Okay. And rightly so, it will make you feel good and should, in fact, then help you be attracting the right partner here with this like Queen of Wands type energy. Reverse that as needed. Maybe you could be wanting to attract a Queen of Wands, all right? And male or female doesn't matter, okay? You could be somebody who admires, kind of like this high priestess, or you could be somebody who's very intuitive. All right. This is, somewhat moon energy as well. All right. And in this Ace of Wands here, it's something that can be very explosive and stimulating. But again, is it being offered with the pure intentions, or is it designed to burden you? So, you may need to take some of these conversations with a grain of salt, and remember as well that when you're talking to a Knight of Wands, yeah, just give like enough, right? But like, are they talking about their hopes and dreams, the Knight of Wands, or are they saying, "Hey, I really like it when so and so did this to me one time. Ha ha. I'd like somebody else to do that to me. How about you?" You know what I mean? And you could be like, "Well, isn't that interesting? Now I know something about you." Okay? That don't mean you gotta give them your bank account number or your house key or anything of that nature, or even your phone number. So keep it on the level is what I want to say. Again, that's part of this, using your own discernment. And don't say I didn't warn you about clicking off before at that middle of the message. So this is what we need to know. Okay, so this is going that level deeper. All right, and I always hope it works out for you. I'm not gonna lie there. And this was a very interesting read for me too. So but overall, what's even kind of funny is that you have the Empress and the Nine of Pentacles, and the Nine of Pentacles is also known as the pre-Empress. So not only did you have the overall Empress energy, you have the underlying pre-Empress energy. So if you want to consider this reading timeless, like before, during, after, it's like you're getting there one way or the other. And if you're not this person, it's who you are wanting to attract in. Okay. And then flip that energy, masculine or feminine. Okay. Got it? Good. Alrighty. I'm going to pull some animal oracle cards here. glad this reading is turning out better. But see, yeah, this like 10 of Wands here, it's almost like, is that something that's like, did we know better from the jump that like, but you know what? You're just bopping and you ain't wrapping it up. Well, I don't know what else to tell you, but we don't live in a fantasy world. We live in a world where science has existed for years. And there are consequences to actions. So, not only in Isaac Newton's world, right? In the modern scientific world, but also in, the spirit world also. That type of stuff does go somewhere. Transmuting energy is very important as well. And if you are struggling with expressing yourself and things of that nature, definitely seek out a counselor, a therapist, pastor, even a trusted friend. But, sometimes you got to watch that stuff. You don't want to tell people too much of your business, okay? But that's why they make these people who are qualified professionals who are like, they're not supposed to go and then like tell your story to everybody with your name and, blast it out for everybody to see. Orca Whale Adventure. Dare to do things differently. Sing your wild song. Manifest your travel dreams. What was the first card? Hello, 3 of Wands. Attempt the great journey with confidence. Be loyal. Friends and family are your treasures. Be brave. You are more powerful than you know. Powerful enough that your experience is carving this for you to reflect on, right? Okay. And not to get too like imperialistic, but not saying like you're there to conquer the world or anything, but it's your spirit, your energy, that's part of your pathway, right? So where do you feel the most free? Is that where you are at currently? This could be definitely a message for somebody to open up the possibility of travel. And also, if you know anything about whales, you know that they do have migration patterns, okay? So there's different seasons when it's in season to go whale watching. I happened to get to go whale watching when I was in Australia. we saw some. They weren't very close. I was there on a work trip, and that was one of the things that we did over the weekend, so it was kind of nice. Plus, it was like spring there when it was like winter here kind of thing. So, anyway, what else? I remember somebody got sick on the boat. Some guy, like his face turned green, and sorry if you think my face looks a little green, but the light's kind of blue in here. But yeah, he like had to run to the. I think he was in there the rest of the time. Like we were far out, like you could barely see the the shoreline anymore. White Stag Protector. You are an old soul. Your best friend is nature. Use your intuition to take you where you want to go. Awaken to the powerful force within you. You are meant to create blessings with your magic. Ooh. So that could be part of this moon magic here in your solar plexus, okay? And it's protecting you, giving you abundance of time, perhaps money as well to, pay your bills so that you don't have to work an extra job, you know what I mean? Or maybe this, whatever you're working on, does provide something for you, okay? You are meant to create blessings with your magic. Yeah, so keep on that dream. Your best friend is nature. Again, connecting with those earthly things. And again, the Emperor, look at that. 6 of Pentacles underneath this Emperor. So you have these, very abundant figures here as well with your overall energy. And look who thinks they can show up. Boop. And he always knows better from the jump, but he gonna do it anyway because he ain't got nothing else to do. That's not you, right? That's the thing. Some people can only get to certain levels and then they think it's their job to then poke the bear. Okay? In doing so, though, some people get themselves wrapped up in something they don't want to be wrapped up in. I mean, like, have you seen those big, like, the defamation of character lawsuits lately? The judgments in that? Like, those. Yeah, it's like, yeah, freedom of speech, but you really can't just say anything. Not when you're attacking somebody's character, right? And that was coming through earlier, too. And I think you getting this white stag protector here is part of that message that you're kind of like, I don't really care what people have to say. But I do care about what I have to do here. Raccoon, inventor. Decide on what you really want. You have the ingenuity to claim it. Avoid being the trickster and practice integrity. You have many roles and can juggle them well. Yeah, I mean, you have the high priestess here, you have this flirtatious energy, you have, the person where everybody leans to, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot going on here for you. But that doesn't mean you have to take it all on at once. Here you're getting old soul again, Black Jaguar. Walk through life with confidence and grace. You have power from beyond the world. Focus on what you really want. Again, focusing on what you really want. You can create your dreams. Okay. So, if for some reason somebody's offer of love isn't what you really want, you're going to have to say that. Right? You can't just like string people along. Right? And what's that song? Cruel to be kind? You know? It's like, well, you could say a lot of things to perhaps save somebody's feelings, but in the end, if that's giving them a false sense of hope, then that's not something to really be proud of displaying, right? That wouldn't be acting with integrity, okay? So if you're looking to get to the level that you want, that's where some of the time needs to go, all right? And I feel like the closer you tap into that and allow yourself, we had a dog just walk by. So yeah, it's like one of those things. It's like, am I better off like doing it this way, or if I do link up with so and so, am I gonna just feel like, oh my gosh, you know what I mean? How did I get here again? That would be repeating a cycle that doesn't need to be repeated, right? Okay. A win-win outcome is forecast. Libra energy again. Very nice. Full moon. Yeah, and if you want to refocus this reading, I would go back and just watch the first 10 minutes of it. You know what I mean? To be honest, because some of this you already know, okay? But this is kind of like if you get into those situations, you got to be like, well, how is it a win-win? There's win-lose, There's you win and I gain nothing, and then there's win-win, right? So a fiery climax approaches. More fire energy flowing in Aries. So I think that for some of you, you may definitely have some kind of interaction with this person, this flirtation. And it's definitely going to potentially result in some kind of partnership. It's just how much discernment is going to be used, and is some of this energy that's coming through you in the right position. So, yeah. I'm hearing like stay in your lane. Your dreams need a practical plan. Okay. So again, bringing it to the Taurus energy here, bringing it more to like, okay, I'm all for a win-win. How are we going to make that happen? Right? Is it centered in loving thoughts and feelings, or is it about what one can gain from another? Okay. This is saying here, be bold and make the first move. If you're a masculine energy and you see that you're attracted to some of this, okay. But if it becomes some kind of weird obligation that you didn't sign up for, you got to ask yourself again, is this what I actually wanted? Okay. And that's twice here we saw this. Decide what you really want, and yes, focus on what you really want. Okay. So I don't know anybody who really like wants a 10 of wands on their back hanging around. Okay. So for some of you, you may have to do some kind of cord cutting, meditation, change of address, phone number, whatever it takes to get that monkey off your back type thing. That just is what it is. But overall here, yeah, your dreams need a practical plan. I feel like this is really what this reading is about. Where you're going, sorry, I'm getting emotional. You're going to realize that these dreams were not just like a fantasy. Dreams that people told you maybe were silly to even invest in, right? But look at you over here, making it work. Okay. So I feel like that's part of why you're so willing to kind of swing that stick and be like, you know what? Maybe you need to step back off of my 10 of cups for a second. Can you do that? Thanks. How much of communication is nonverbal? When I was in school and studying the topic, they said 80%. People think they can say anything and still get away with what. Is that what that means? Give me a break. I ain't no robot. Okay? And you shouldn't let anybody treat you as such. Okay? Because your dreams are bigger than the one coin that they need in their pocket. And that goes back to what I was saying earlier. Would you rather have another minute or another penny? Penny for your thoughts, right? Okay. Um, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Please like or subscribe to the channel. It helps pass the messages around. And until next time, please manifest wisely. Bye bye.